Have you ever felt like you're just not good enough? Like every door you knock on stays shut? What if I told you that the secret to success isn't about never failing, but about failing over and over again? Today, we're diving into the incredible story of a man who faced rejection not once, not twice, but 7 times before he finally made his mark on the world. This is a story that will redefine what you think is possible. Let's call him Alex. From a young age, Alex had a burning passion for creating. He was always tinkering, building, and dreaming up inventions that could change the world. His first big idea came to him in his early 20s, a revolutionary app that would organize people as digital lives in a way no one had ever imagined. He poured his heart, soul, and all his savings into it. He spent countless sleepless nights coding, designing, and perfecting every little detail. He was convinced this was his one-way ticket to success. He pitched his app to his first investor with a heart full of hope. The presentation was flawless. The prototype worked perfectly. But the answer was a cold, hard no. The investor didn't see the vision. He said the market wasn't ready. Alex was crushed, but he told himself, it's just one rejection. The next one will be different. So he refined his pitch and approached a second firm. This time, they were more interested. They grilled him for hours, asking tough questions about his business model, his marketing strategy, and his long-term goals. Alex left the meeting feeling cautiously optimistic. A week later, he received an email. We've decided to pass. The reason? Too much competition. Failure number 2. Most people would start to doubt themselves at this point. But Alex wasn't most people. He saw each failure as a lesson. He went back to the drawing board, tweaked his app, and started looking for new opportunities. His third attempt was a startup competition. He made it to the final round, standing on stage in front of a huge audience and a panel of expert judges. He gave the speech of his life. The crowd loved him. But when the winner was announced, it wasn't his name they called. Failure number 3. The sting of public defeat was sharp, but it also fueled his fire. He decided to pivot. Maybe the app wasn't the right product. He took the core technology he had built and created a new software for small businesses. He was sure this was a more practical, marketable idea. He spent another year developing it. He secured a meeting with a major tech company. This felt like his big break. They loved the demo and scheduled a follow-up. But then silence. After weeks of anxious waiting, he learned they had decided to develop a similar product in-house. They essentially took his idea, failure number 4, and this one felt like a betrayal. At this point, Alex was broke and emotionally drained. His friends and family started to gently suggest that maybe it was time to get a real job. The voices of doubt were getting louder, not just from others, but from within his own mind. Was he just fooling himself? Was he chasing a dream that would never come true? This was his lowest point. He almost gave up, but then he remembered why he started. He remembered the joy of creating something out of nothing, the thrill of solving a problem. He couldn't let that go. He decided to give it one more try, but with a different approach. He scaled down his ambitions and created a simple, small-scale project, a niche tool for a very specific community he was a part of. He wasn't looking for investors this time. He just wanted to build something useful for people he cared about. He launched it quietly online, and for the 5th time it failed to get any traction. Nobody seemed to care. Failure number 5. He tried again with a 6th project, a slightly different version of the same idea. It did a little better, but it fizzled out after a few months. Failure number 6. He then launched a 7th project. It was a complete flop. Failure number 7. By now, failure was his constant companion. It was almost routine. Most of us would have quit long ago. 7 major failures would break anyone's spirit. But for Alex, something had shifted. With each failure, he had learned something new. He learned about coding, about marketing, about business, and most importantly, about resilience. He was no longer afraid to fail. He saw it as part of the process. And that's when it happened. He was sitting in a coffee shop, reflecting on all his failed projects, when an idea struck him. It was a synthesis of all his previous attempts. It combined the user-friendliness of his first app, the business logic of his fourth software, and the community focus of his later projects. It was a big, bold, and audacious idea. It was the kind of idea that could only come from someone who had failed so many times and learned from every single mistake. He knew this was his last shot. He scraped together his last bit of energy and resources. He worked with a renewed sense of purpose, not driven by a desperate need for success, but by a genuine passion for the idea itself. He wasn't trying to prove anyone wrong. He was just trying to bring his vision to life. He launched his 8th project, and this time something was different. A few users signed up, then a few more. They told their friends. A popular blog wrote about it. Within a month, he had thousands of users. Within 6 months, he had millions. Investors who had rejected him years ago were now calling him, begging for a meeting. Alex's 8th attempt became a global phenomenon. It changed the industry and made him a household name. When journalists asked him about his overnight success, he would just smile. He knew the truth. His success wasn't built overnight. It was built on a mountain of 7 failures. Each rejection, each dead end, each heartbreaking disappointment was a stepping stone. Without them, his 8th successful project would never have existed. So what's the lesson here? It's that failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of success. It's the tuition you pay for your education in the real world. Think about it. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter was accepted. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. The path to achieving anything worthwhile is never a straight line. It's a messy, winding road filled with potholes and detours. The key is to not let the failures define you. Don't let them stop you. Instead, let them teach you. Let them make you stronger, smarter, and more resilient. If you're out there right now, facing your own first, second, or even 7th failure, I want you to remember Alex's story. Your journey is not over. Your current struggle is not your final destination. It might just be the necessary training you need for the incredible success that is waiting for you around the corner. Every no you hear is bringing you closer to a yes. Every door that closes is redirecting you to the right one. Keep learning, keep adapting, and most importantly, keep going. Your 8th attempt might be the one that changes everything. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content that inspires and empowers. And share this video with someone who needs to hear this message today. Until next time, keep believing in your journey